Do not build a growth agency in 2024. Please don't do it, okay? Now, before you click off this video and you're thinking, who the heck is this guy? Watch him try to sell me something else. Watch him try to brainwash me and bring him to whatever business model he's in. Calm down, right? Calm the fuck down. I'm not gonna do that, okay? Simply put, guys, this information is coming from somebody who learned a skill set, made 300K in commissions in his first year doing it, and then I built a company, and now I'm making roughly 50, 60 grand a month, every single month cash collected, right? Here's screenshots for both, okay? Proving my credibility, right? So literally, calm down. I've lived both lives. I'm literally just here to give you my opinion based on what I went through, and then from there, you guys can just watch this and just decide for yourself, okay? So guys, the main reason why I don't want you to build a growth agency in 2024 is because I don't want you to build a business at all, okay? Especially if you're just getting started in this space, okay? And guys, this information that I'm going to be giving you mainly pertains to people that are getting started, or they've been in this online space for a long time and just haven't been able to make any money, right? Let me break down my thought process step by step for you guys, okay? Number one, guys, is if you're someone who's just getting started, okay, meaning you don't really have any skill sets, but you saw some cool guy, some guru on the internet that you look up to, who says he got rich by building an online service-based business, may that be a marketing agency, or may that be maybe they're telling you to get into drop shipping. Don't do it, right? Because 99.9% of you are going to fail massively, and even the ones that succeed, you guys are not going to make money long-term, and you're going to get fucked. Do you want to know how I know this? Guys, I know this because when I was a sales rep, okay, I was selling for a company, right, that was making multiple 7 figures a year, and our offer, right, at that time, the company I was selling for, was literally either scaling existing agency owners or turning brand new people into agency owners. The success rate was terrible. And the main reason why the success rate was terrible wasn't because the company I was selling for had a bad product. That wasn't the case. It was because of the situation of the people we were selling to. Okay? You guys need to understand that if you're just starting out, if you think that you will be able to build a successful service-based business, like any sort of agency, you are freaking crazy, right? Some of you might be able to do it, but 99.9% of you will not be able to do it, all right? And look, this is coming from someone, again, who tried to build a marketing agency, try to build, these days are calling it a freaking IGPA, IB, whatever the fuck they're calling it. There's so many freaking funny names for it. But guys, I tried to build a SMMA roughly 3 years ago, okay? And I failed with it massively. I'm not any smarter now, right? I might know more about business, and I might, just be a bit wiser now, but objectively, it's not like I'm smarter now, okay? And now I run a company making 60 grand a month, okay? Do you guys know what the biggest change was between me now and back then? I have a crap ton of skills, okay? So here's how I want you guys to look at this. You trying to build a growth agency right now is like you going into the jungle with 0 weapons, right? You have absolutely nothing, and someone's telling you to go and hunt a bear. You will get fucked. The bear is going to tear your shit apart. You will not stand a chance. Now, what if someone told you, hey, go into that same jungle, but this time you have a full-on suit of armor, and now you have shotguns, you have swords, you know what, fuck it, you have an RPG, okay? That is literally what happens when you guys learn to arm yourselves with the right skill sets, okay? My story, guys, is 3 years ago, I came into this space. I was like, all right, I'm going to build a social media marketing agency, right? I made absolutely no freaking money from it. No matter what I did, nothing was working, okay? Again, guys, I was working roughly 10 to 12 hours a day. I was sending outreaches every single day because I know you're thinking, oh, you probably didn't do your outreach, man. I did my fucking outreach, okay? And also, this is back when the space wasn't even super saturated, right? I did all that. I did my freaking cold showers. I did my meditations. I was working out. Literally, nothing was fucking working. And for the life of me, I was like, why is this not working? Am I just stupid? Am I retarded? Like, why is this not working? I don't understand, right? And then you wanna know what happened? I then bought a program, right, to, help me scale my agency. It's funny I say scale, I don't have a fucking client. Help me get a client. And, that same company, right, the founder of the company went on Instagram and said he's looking for a sales rep closer. And I was like, the fuck's a closer? Shoot him a DM. I'm like, yo, what's closer? He's like, yeah, closer is someone who's going to take my sales calls for me. I'm like, why do you want someone to take your sales calls for you, right? And then he says to me, I'm booking 50 calls a day. I need someone to take sales calls for me. I'm like, what's the payment? 15% commission. I'm like, sign me up. Do you guys want to know what happened? I made $10,000 my first month in commissions. And again, like guys, I want to make one fucking thing clear. I am not here to convince you to become a high ticket closer. That's not my job, right? On this video specifically. If I want to do that, watch my other videos, not this one. I just want to tell you what I did, how I made a shit ton of money, and how my life changed, right? Because it wasn't by building a fucking growth agency or any sort of social media marketing agency. Okay. I made 10K my first month in commissions. And when that happened, I was like, how the fuck is this happening? Like, am I even going to get paid? And then my whole worldview changed and I got a crazy fucking insight. And this was my insight. I then realized this. I was like, wait a minute. I was failing in business for so long because like I could be doing everything right, but there's so many variables that are not in my control in the beginning stages that even if I do everything right, I still might not win, right? Because guys, think about it. Like for those of you guys that are trying to build a growth agency, okay, you have to come in, right? You have to market yourself. You have to do acquisition, okay? So you got to do outreach. You got to post content so you look legit and you don't look like an idiot, right? Then you got to book in a sales call. You got to close the sales call, and then you got to fulfill, or the client's going to do a chargeback, or they're going to ask for a refund. Good luck, right? Especially if starting out, good fucking luck. It's not going to happen. When I was in sales, literally all I had to fucking do was do one part of your job, which was literally only close deals. But do you want to know why I was able to close, a ton of deals and make 10K my first month in commissions, even though I wasn't a great closer back then? It's because I was already selling for a company that was successful. Okay. So again, the company that I was selling for, guys, again, I'm not going to see their name in this one, but the company I was selling for was already successful. They were already making a decent amount of money. They already had great marketing, so there's a lot of trust already built. So in the beginning, literally all I was doing was just getting laydowns and making money from it, right? And the insight that I gained at that point was like, wait a minute, I literally cannot fucking fail. I cannot fail if I am part of a company that is already successful, right? Because with or without me, they're going to make money. Their marketing is fucking amazing. Their acquisition system is amazing. Guys, these people had fucking 10 VAs sending hundreds of messages a day. Like literally, dude, like they were sending like 600 to 700 messages a day. How the fuck is a company gonna fail if they're doing 700 messages a day? They're not, right? The founder was making YouTube videos every single day. The founder was uploading like crazy on Instagram every single day. And do you guys think I just stopped at 10K my first month? No, I eventually got to 15K, then 20K. And my best ever month, guys, was $35,000 of commissions in a single month. That's pure profit. Now, I'm not here to tell you to become a closer. Again, I'm just here to tell you what I fucking did, right? And also, guys, like one huge thing that I want to talk about is like, you don't have to do this forever, right? Like when I say learn a skill set, I don't mean work for someone for fucking forever. It is literally a way to just go through your character arc and make a fuck ton of money doing it, right? Like if you don't want to learn sales, fine, go and learn setting, okay? Which is a prerequisite to closing, but you can do that. Go learn copywriting, okay? Just learn some sort of fucking skill set so that by the time you guys do build your own business, you know what the heck you're doing and you're not just there wasting your time and you're not a cat just chasing its own tail, okay? Because guys, I'm telling you, like I've been there, I've done that. It's not fucking fun. It's really not. So let me talk about what I did after that, right? So essentially after my first year, made over 300K in commissions, did it for another, half a year, right? So about a year and a half, did that, quit sales at that point, built my own coaching business where I train individuals on how to become high ticket closers and I help them get placed in companies. And shortly after that, guys, I hit my first 50K month. And since then, we've been hitting 50, 60K months consistently. And you guys want to know what's crazy? And this is like what no one fucking talks about. But I want to talk about it because I don't have a fucking program to sell you about building a business. I don't, right? So why don't I talk about that? I have a program teaching how to become a closer. So, I'll just talk about, something that a lot of these business owners won't tell you, okay? Guys, so this is coming from someone who had hundreds of thousands of dollars in his bank account, had multiple six figures in my bank account. I was a monster at sales. I had spent $25,000 trying to build my business and make it successful, and I didn't see a penny back, right? I didn't see a dollar back. I was literally negative 25K in the sense of without getting an ROI back. Eventually, I made it work, right? Shortly thereafter, but this is coming from someone who knew how to run a successful company, who spent over $50,000 on his own personal education, and I had still spent 25K without seeing an ROI. The reason why I'm telling you this is because most of you watching this don't have that in your bank account. And even if you do, I don't think you're willing to spend 25 grand to make $1 back. And I can't blame you. I'd say you're probably pretty fucking crazy if you were wanting to do that, especially if you're a complete beginner, right? So the reality of the situation, guys, is that it takes insights and skills and time and luck to make a ton of money with a business. And that is a luxury that a lot of you guys, starting from the beginning, frankly, cannot fucking afford. You need to make money. And if you want to make money, you have to learn a skill set. You can go in blind and build a business, but it probably won't work out well for you. If you go learn a skill set instead, you make a ton of cash, you learn some skills, do it for as long as you want to, and then go ahead and build whatever business you guys want, okay? There's a reason why, if you look at some of the most successful service-based business owners that run freaking agencies, growth agencies, whatever you want to call it, right? They all have at least one major advantage, right? Either it's going to be they're amazing at making content because they ran a content agency before, right? Pretty sure Eddie Cumberbatch did that, right? Or they're going to be amazing at sales, or they're going to be freaking amazing at email marketing, or freaking, DMs, right? Like acquisition with social media. Like they're going to have some sort of skill set that's going to give them such a big up, right? And it's going to help them so much, or they would have already had their own personal network at that point. God, I forgot to mention that. Guys, I had already had a pretty freaking sweet personal network when I did build my business. Helped me out a fuck ton. I got so many goddamn referrals from that. And again, this is the shit that people just don't tell you. They just don't tell you this, right? A lot of you just get super excited. You see these gurus and you're like, oh my God. Like, this guy, like, wow, like, he made so much money with the growth agency. I can't believe he's giving so much free sauce, so much free value. Oh my God, I'm gonna do what he did. Do it, try it. Not gonna make any fucking money. Most of these guys don't even fucking do the shit that they preached actively right now, or they did it at a pretty low level. I fucking go to sleep at night knowing that, what I'm doing is making a difference because I was an elite closer by the time I quit. I sold fucking millions in sales by that point, right? So I know who I am when I go to bed at night, right? A lot of these guys, they don't, right? But you guys don't see the reality of that, right? So again, guys, you can decide to still do this if you want to. You can still, go ahead and become a growth agency owner or whatever, while not making any money. You can still call yourself that while, being in debt after buying a fucking $10,000 program. That's another thing. Holy fuck. This space is so fucked, guys. Like, these programs are so fucking expensive. Like, if you're buying a program to learn a skill, like, again, I'm not gonna like just tell you right now, like how much my program costs, but I'll tell you what, it's a lot fucking cheaper than 10K. And that's not just me. That's like really anyone that teaches you how to build a skill set. None of us fucking charge you 10 grand, right? We don't do that, right? We understand that you're starting from scratch and you're fucking trying to learn a skill set. These people that teach you how to build, a growth agency, it's 10, 15 grand, which is crazy, right? So now you're having to figure out how to not fucking, you're gonna already be in debt probably. Now you're trying to figure out how to get out of debt, number one. And then number two is you're trying to figure out, how to actually operate your business. So entirely up to you guys. But enough venting, right? Spoken my mind, told you guys what I think. So look, if you're someone who's looking to learn a skill set and you want to learn sales, and you want to become a potentially remote closer, you guys want to talk to me, shameless plug, I'll leave a link down below where you guys can go ahead and book in a call. Guys, here's some screenshots of clients that have made a ton of money. Most of these guys get 15% commission on the offer that they're on, so you guys can do the math just by pausing the screen. And yeah, guys, with that being said, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, guys.